Hello everyone, I'm Jordan from Evolving Songs Holistic Wellness and also from A State of Health. I'm delighted to be practicing with you again on another glorious day outside. So welcome, get yourself settled in. Today's practice will be a little bit briefer, but a little bit more powerful because today we are diving into the third chakra. So the third chakra, sometimes thought of as the navel chakra or the solar plexus, is relatively around the area of your navel. Um, from the Kundalini tradition, we talk about it as being just below the navel point, whereas from a Hatha tradition, that area is a little bit broader. And if you think about the nature of energy, it's flowing, it's expanding, it's circulating and moving at all times. So the actual physical location and expression of this chakra will vary from day to day, even from morning, noon, and night, as the energy of the sun and the moon and the world around us is affecting our bodies. So I'll let you know the Sanskrit name for this chakra is Manipura. Manipura, and this means the lustrous gem. It's this beautiful imagery wrapped around this reserve of energy here, which, when cultivated and accessed and distributed mindfully and consciously through practices such as meditation and yoga, can lead to holistic benefits because we are really diving into this, we're sort of like tapping into a reserve of energy. And once we do so and control that energy, we can really help to boost our metabolism, boost our mood, and really help to expand our auric field around us as well. So, the physical organs that are associated with the third chakra are the pancreas, the gallbladder, the liver, and the spleen. So, as you can imagine, the well-being and balance of this chakra directly affects our absorption of food, our metabolism, and our elimination processes. So it can have a pretty profound impact on our physical well-being. So the color, as you may have guessed, is yellow. So one of the ways that you can support your navel chakra, your third chakra, is by wearing yellow, eating yellow foods, perhaps painting a yellow portrait if you want to get creative with it. And the element that we associate with the navel chakra is fire. Okay, so just as a brief review, we've started from the ground up with our root chakra, element of earth. Really, we are focusing on just feeling stable and connected to ourselves and earth. As we moved up, we talked about the second chakra, whose element is water. So we got creative with flowing movements, and all that movement, as you can imagine, then creates heat. So when we are focusing on our third chakra, sometimes we use a lot more navel or abdominal activating type of exercises. The expression to start your digestive fire is also associated with this beautiful chakra at the center and core of our body. So practicing yoga that is beneficial for our chakra can actually help us to digest our foods better, to absorb them better. And then when we extrapolate a little bit and look at the psychological and emotional and more spiritual side of this chakra, we see that we're really focusing on willpower, on volition, our drive, matching our intention with action. It's a very active, the element of fire. It's very active. It's almost volatile at times. It needs to be contained and to be, directed because if not, fire can be very dangerous. So when we have a deficiency in our navel chakra, sometimes We lack energy, we feel lethargic, we lack direction, we have difficulty initiating and or completing tasks. And on the other hand of this, we also may have a lack of self-confidence. We might not trust ourselves very much, or have a lot of confidence that we have what it takes to do whatever it is that we need to get done. And then on the other side of this, if there's an excess of energy here at the third chakra, we might have very scattered minds. We might be very overactive physically and mentally without having the structure and direction to make those actions really effective, and concentrating them on what we need to achieve, what we want to achieve. So these are a couple different ways to think about it. On another sort of shadow side of this chakra, sometimes we deal more with anger, frustration if there's an excess of energy. And then again, on the other side, if there's a deficiency, we might feel more shameful, a little bit more guilt, or we might be a little bit more fear-based in our actions and daily life. So there are lots of reasons why it's important for us to pay attention to where we're at with this chakra, how it's doing, and to offer ourselves ways to balance the energy here. And when we talk about balancing energy, we always have to think about how each chakra is interconnected with all of the other ones. So throughout this series of our chakra exploration, I hope that you'll become a little bit more mindful of how you're feeling from day to day, and if those feelings might be more associated with some chakras or others. And then hopefully, giving these yoga practices and meditations, you'll be able to pick out the right types of exercises or behaviors or meditations that will help to bring balance back to you in the moment. So just wanted to touch very briefly on how it expresses itself when there is a healthy balance with this chakra, because that's really our goal. So when we're feeling really confident, we feel like we can trust ourselves, that we can rely on ourselves to accomplish what we need to keep our habits and our desires in check. That's what it looks like, and that's how it feels when this chakra is really beautifully balanced and open and circulating well, and there's not too much or too little energy here. We often have a greater sense of integrity, and because there's well-being here, in this energetic chakra, recall it affects our physical well-being too. We have this sense of vibrancy. You know, you may have people in your life where they're just super vibrant. No matter what is going on, there's a light glowing on them or from them. This might mean that they have a really balanced, healthy solar plexus or navel chakra. The other thing that's pretty important to consider is that we want to always balance our intention with our action. This is kind of key with this chakra, that we really need to focus or set some drive or structure to our energy, so that our energy isn't all over the place. We're not feeling scattered, we're not volatile. We have energy, and it's guided by our intention. So sometimes that's one way that we can tell that something's off with this chakra. Maybe we have good intentions, but we just lack the energy to achieve the goal. On the other hand, maybe we have tons of energy, but we're lacking the intention to set a course of direction to our actions. So, just something to be mindful and maybe contemplate over the next week as we're exploring our while we're exploring our navel chakra. Okay, so I'd like you all to come to the mat, and we'll start with our feet straight out in front of us. Coming into our staff pose, go ahead and press the palms down onto the earth and really press down so that we lift the rib cage, we lift the heart. The tailbone is extended, it's nice and long. Reach out through the soles of the feet, through the heels. The toes even curl up towards the knees. And we grow nice and tall through the top of the head. Just becoming nice and tall. Length through the back of the body. And we'll check in with our breath here. Watching as we breathe, that we draw the breath into the belly center. We allow that belly to really expand with each in-breath. And with each exhale, go ahead and tug the navel in just slightly, pulling the belly in towards the spine. Just gently activating this solar plexus. Keep your shoulders down, reaching down across the back. One more deep breath in here. And exhale, sigh it out the mouth. And you can relax your hands down at your sides. Go ahead and wiggle the feet, pushing the toes away and drawing them in a couple of times. Nice. Now from here, we'll come onto the back. So go ahead and lie yourself all the way down. Hands are down at your sides. And if you like, you might want to tuck the hands just underneath the hips slightly. Now we'll begin by inhaling and lifting the right leg up, pointing the toe 90 degrees, reaches up for the sky, and as the exhale comes, go ahead and lower that right leg down. Inhaling next time, left leg rises up, point the toe, really stretch long through that leg, and exhale, lowering it down. We'll continue with this a few more rounds. Inhaling, opposite legs rise. Exhaling, we let the leg fall. Let's do it one more time on both sides. And let both feet come together down on the mat. Now let's bend the knees and hug the knees in towards the chest a moment. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Maybe the nose even comes to the knees. And then inhale, lengthen, lower the head back down to the mat. Keep the knees bent and drop the hands down to the side. Now we'll just circle the knees around, little circles in one direction. And as we're moving the knees out to the sides, down and around, we're gently engaging the sides of our abdominal core. Once the knees come back towards the chest, we'll gently change the direction, reaching them down and around. The feet just hover off the mat. Once again, tuck the knees in towards the chest. This time, wrap the arms around it. Draw the knees in towards the nose and squeeze. Inhale, explode the arms and legs open like a big star, resting down on the ground again. Now we'll draw the hands back down the sides. The legs will come together and we'll enter into our stretch pose. Just a little Kundalini exercise that helps us really quickly activate this navel center and get the energy dispersing. So what we'll do is lift the head off the ground, drop the chin to the chest, and look it towards the toes. Now the feet come off the ground just about 6 inches, followed by the hands. Now if this is a little bit too intense for you, you can try doing one leg at a time. And you can stay right here if this feels right. If you're ready for that next edge, we'll enter our breath of fire. So gently snapping that belly back and forth as we exhale, pressing the navel in towards the spine. Keep your eyes at your toes. Almost there. And inhale. Hold your posture, hold your breath. Exhale, lower the feet, lower the hands, rest the head on the mat. We'll bring the right hand and just rest it on top of the navel center, just feeling the belly rise with the breath in. And feel the navel contract with the gentle exhale. Allowing yourself a moment to rest. Now take another deep inhale, gently open the eyes, and we'll bend the knees, let them drop towards the left side, and we'll flip over, landing on the stomach. We'll come into our Sphinx pose where our elbows are directly below the shoulders. I just want to straighten myself out here. Spread your fingers nice and wide and press the tops of the feet into the mat, engaging those powerful quad muscles so you actually start to feel the kneecaps lifting away from the mat slightly. Now from here, lengthen the tailbone down. Think about tucking that tailbone right underneath. So this will slightly engage that lower abdominal center. Press down into the mat. The shoulders reach back and away from the ears. Nice and long through the neck. The chin is slightly tucked. Now if this feels like a beautiful stretch for you, you're welcome to stay right here. If you're feeling up to it, we'll enter into another minute of breath of fire here. So if you like, you can close your eyes, lift your eye gaze to the third eye point. We'll take a gentle breath in. And begin breath of fire. Take a deep breath in here, lengthening through the spine again. And as you exhale, bend the knees, lift the hips, and press yourself back, dropping the hips down and lowering the head into child's pose. So if your head doesn't meet your mat nice and comfortably, you can stack one hand on top of the other or place fists on top of each other so you can rest and lengthen the back of the neck. Otherwise, we'll stretch those arms really long. You might want to come up onto lizard hands, onto the fingertips, peeling the palms away from your mat. Think about the shoulders rolling back and away from the ears. On your next inhale, lift the head, shift your weight forward. We'll tuck the toes under and lift the hips to press back into downward dog. Now from here, you might want to scooch the hands or the feet closer or further away from each other until you find that comfortable position where we can have a nice lengthened back body. The heart melts forward and down. The head is heavy, the back of the neck is loose. You can bend one leg at a time if you like, lengthening and flexing. Reconnecting with the breath here, noticing the breath filling the belly space. Exhaling completely, that navel draws in. One more deep breath in here. And as the exhale comes, we'll bend the knees deeply, dropping them towards the mat, and we'll find ourselves back in our table pose. So we'll place our wrists directly below our shoulders and our knees directly below the hips. As the inhale comes, we'll lift the hips, drop the belly, pull the heart forward and lift the chin. Exhaling, round the hips down, drop the chin to the chest, really pull that navel up towards the spine. Inhaling, opening the front body, stretching that abdominal center. Exhaling, round the back, really pull that navel in. We'll do it a couple more times. Moving with your own rhythm of breath. Always being mindful of creating length in the spine every time that we're transitioning from one posture to the next. And we'll inhale back to our tabletop position. Now from here, let's extend that left leg back and we'll reach it up nice and tall. As we exhale, we'll bend the knee and draw the knee in towards the chest, rounding the back. Inhaling, that knee opens back up. We stretch through that left heel, rising with that foot. Exhaling, bending the knee, pulling it into the center. Now, if this is a nice exercise for you and you want to stay right here, you can go ahead and do that. If you're looking for the next level, we'll add in the movement with the arm. So as the left leg comes back and up, the right arm goes forward and up. And as we exhale, we curl the elbow and the knee in towards the center of the body. And we'll do it one more time on this side. And then lower the leg and the hand back down. Now you can take a moment, do a couple nice big round circles with the upper body, get those hips involved. Just trusting some intuitive motion here, whatever feels good for you. And if we're doing big circles, we'll go in the opposite direction as well. Just loosening up any tension we might have in the back or abdominal core. We'll find our way back to center. Inhale, lift that right leg back, point the toe, lift it nice and tall. Exhale, bend the knee, draw the knee in towards the center. Inhaling, lengthen. Exhaling, bend the knee, crunch. And again, if this is feeling like an appropriate level for you today, you can stay right here. If you want to add another element, this time the left arm will come forward and up as the leg rises up behind us. Exhaling, elbow in, draw to the center. And we'll do one more here. Inhaling to lengthen. Exhaling, drop the hand back down, drop your knee back down. Again, some nice loose circles in both directions here. Just softening in the shoulders, softening in the hips. If there's something else, if you want to add a little element of cat and cow to this, if that feels good, you're welcome to do that. Bringing a playful energy to this direct, powerful flow. And we'll come back to our center. Let's tuck the toes under. Inhale, lift the hips, press back into downward dog. Taking a couple deep breaths here. And as your next inhale comes, gaze forward. Pick up that left foot. And draw it forward. Landing in our high lunge here, let's just come up onto the fingertips and play here. See how it feels to engage those legs and just hover the hands above the floor. Thinking about getting nice and long in the spine. Catching our breath here. And then we'll pivot that right foot so that the heel comes in contact with the earth. And as we inhale, sweep the right arm forward and up, followed by the left. We rise all the way up into our warrior two. So if you didn't land in exactly that right place so that the left knee is directly over top of the left foot, you can go ahead and heel toe that foot forward so you can settle into that nice coming towards a 90-degree angle shape. If you're not quite there, that's totally okay. So we'll gaze over those left fingers, catching our breath again here, really feeling the belly expanding, the rib cage expanding. On your next inhale, reach forward and lower that left arm down, either coming in contact with the mat or resting the left elbow over on the knee. The right arm comes overhead. Pinky edge of that right hand leads down towards the center of the body. And we open up that heart center, pulling that right shoulder back, really opening up the heart. From here, we inhale, lengthen, come all the way back up. Exhaling, drop that right arm, lift the left, lifting that left arm all the way back up. One more deep breath in. And as we exhale, we'll cartwheel both arms down towards the mat, framing the foot. Lift that right heel back up, draw that left leg back, press back into downward dog. Inhaling, gaze forward, draw the right foot forward. Go ahead and lengthen in this lower your hips and lengthen the spine. Again, playing with the power in the legs, just hovering the hands over the mat. And then rotate that back heel so the heel comes to the earth. Now from here, we'll pick up the left arm first as we inhale. We rise back up. Both arms come parallel to the earth for warrior two. Tucking that tailbone underneath us, lifting the heart, relax the shoulders down away from the ears. your next inhale, reach forward, lower that right arm down. Either hands come to the mat or the elbow comes to the knee. And that left arm reaches up overhead. Inhaling, lengthen again. Dropping the left arm, rising that right arm towards the sky, exalted warrior. And on your next exhale, lower the arms down towards the mat, cartwheeling them down to frame the foot. Lift that left heel up. This time we'll step forward. So our hands are right here on either side of our foot. We'll bend the knees really deeply. Inhaling, rise up halfway. And exhale, forward fold. Again, deep bend in the knees. Go ahead and round the back. On your next inhale, we'll rise all the way up. Arms sweep through the sides and up overhead. Palms come to meet overhead, and we exhale the hands down to the heart. Now let's release the arms, release the legs, give it all a nice shake. Shaking will help us to distribute some of that energy, so that really powerful, fiery energy that we've been building up in our core center. Also doing our lymphatic system a little bit of a favor and just energizing the body. Okay, so we'll come back to our mountain pose where our feet are nice and close together. They don't have to be touching for this exercise. So we'll drop the tailbone down, have a gentle bend in the knees, flip the palms to face forward. The heart lifts, the shoulders rest back and down. We'll play with a balance pose for a moment here. Inhaling, stretch the arms out to the sides and up overhead. Exhaling, the palms will come to touch. And as we lower the hands, we'll rise up onto the balls of the feet. Now it might be enough for you to just stay right here on the balls of the feet. If you're willing to take it to the next level, we'll deeply bend the knees, keeping those legs nice and strong, pressing into the palms of the hand to assist us. We come all the way down into a little yogi squat. Inhaling, stay on the balls of the feet as we rise back up, draw that energy up. Holding the breath here, engage Mula Bandha, pulling up on the pelvic floor. Hold the abdomen nice and tight. And as we exhale, lower yourselves back onto the heels and rest the hands down. All right, might want to shake that one out. Inhaling, let's stretch those arms out to the sides and up overhead again. Palms will come to meet and we'll lower them down as we rise up onto the balls of the feet again. This time we'll bend the knees and twist to the left, opening our heart center towards that left side. Inhaling, stay on the balls of the feet as we rise back up, coming through center. Exhaling, we'll lower ourselves down while twisting to the right. We'll do it 2 more times on both sides. And if this is too much of a challenge, just keep your heels on the floor. And as we exhale, we'll all squat down together, twisting the upper body. Really squeezing the core as we come down into that squat, maximizing the exercise. Last time on both sides. The legs will be wobbly, try to keep them together. We'll inhale, rise back up. Come up through center, stretch the fingers up really, really nice and high. And exhale, lower the heels down, reach forward, and lower the upper body down. Taking a couple deep rounds of breath here in our forward fold. If you can grab a hold of your toes, go ahead and squeeze your big toe. If you can't reach them, that's okay. You can grab a hold of your shins or your pants. Let the neck be nice and loose, the head dangles. Inhaling, we'll rise up halfway, just flattening the back, lengthening the spine. Deeply bend the knees. Exhale, forward fold. Inhaling this time, we rise all the way back up. Arms stretch up overhead. We pull the shoulders back and come into cactus arms. Just a nice, what is it called? Goalpost shape. Lifting the heart, little baby back bend here. Keep those knees gently bent, tailbone tucked under. Keep breathing. One more round of breath here. On your next exhale, go ahead and reach the arms out through the sides and then lower them down. Nice. So we'll come to one edge of the mat. You can play with the balance pose if you want to here, or you can simply squat yourself back down. We'll lift the arms up. Exhale, the hands come to meet, and we lower the palms down to the chest. Perhaps we're lifting up onto the balls of the feet. Either way, we're bending the knees and lowering the core down. And from here, we'll put our hands on either side, lower the buttocks down to the mat. Keep the knees nice and bent here. I'm on the grass, so I gotta find a flat spot. Okay, so our last abdominal exercise for this set today, we'll bring the arms parallel to the floor, and as we take a nice deep inhale, we lengthen, growing tall through the spine. Exhaling, we'll round out the belly, round the back, and slowly, slowly, slowly inch your way down onto the back. From here, we rest our shoulders, we rest our head. You can go ahead and lengthen one leg and the other. Place your left palm on top of the belly. Place your right palm on top of the heart. We'll close the eyes and let the body rest here for a few minutes in Shavasana. And we'll simply sense and feel the pulsation around the navel center. As you lay here resting the body, you may enjoy a little visualization meditation, bringing your awareness the space underneath your left hand. And just imagine a warm yellow light, a sphere or ball of energy glowing. With each pulse of the physical body, the energy field around this yellow light ball expands, pulsing and emanating, radiating. This yellow light begins to grow bigger, rounder, and as it sends out each pulse of energy, it enlivens and awakens the chakras on either side of our solar plexus. You may begin to see the color of orange glowing below the belly button. Perhaps you see the color of green glowing above the solar plexus. And perhaps that view becomes expansive as we zoom out. We see that pulsation really awakening and brightening each of the chakras along the entire Shushmana, the central column of energy. We relax our physical body and watch with the mind's eye. We allow this energy to be redistributed. The prana consciously goes to where we need it. Now we'll begin to gently awaken the body by wiggling the toes. You can reach the arms overhead and give yourself a full body stretch. When an exhale comes, scoop up one knee and then the other in towards the chest, giving yourself a nice gentle rock side to side. We'll roll over towards the right side of the body, gently pressing ourselves back up. And we'll find our way back into easy pose, sitting cross-legged perhaps, or having the legs straight out in front of you. And we'll bring the hands together and let the thumb tips touch while the other fingers are interlaced. And we'll just gently rest the hands in the lap. Close your eyes, drop the tailbone down, lift the heart center and lengthen the back of the neck. Just check in here, noticing how you feel now. Perhaps noticing the difference from where you started today's practice. We can use this time right now to set an intention for the rest of our day, perhaps even the rest of our week. Perhaps this intention is to be more mindful of the solar plexus chakra, or maybe it is to allow yourself to trust in your willpower, to trust in your actions. perhaps this intention is simply to accept yourself as you are. On your next inhale, let's stretch the arms out to the sides and up overhead. The palms will come to touch. Exhale, lower the hands down to the heart. And from my heart to yours, I sincerely offer my gratitude and love. Thank you for practicing today. Namaste.